Welcome to another episode of the GoToGuys. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Man, Final Four coming up this weekend. Big time stuff. Top seeds going at it. What do you think, my man? What's going to happen this weekend?
Well, just to be clear, it's the one seeds going at it, not two seeds, not three seeds, the one
Well,
seeds.
I meant it was the
Yeah.
top seeds from each of the four regions.
Okay. Well, we got Florida Auburn on one side, SEC showdown, top two teams in the SEC the entire year. Auburn's been looking dominant as of late. I don't think Florida lost a game in March. That's going to be awesome. And then on the other side, we got the Blue Devils, led by Cooper Flagg, the freshman phenom, going up against a Houston team that looks dominant on defense, looked great in the Elite Eight. A lot of fireworks expected. I got Florida Duke, but honestly, I could see it going anyway. I think Florida Duke has been the matchup that everyone's been wanting to see. I think that's the matchup that we're going to get. I think they've been the best two teams. I think Auburn's been shaky as of recent. They look good though when they're hot, but they also don't look good when they're not hot. Houston is very good too. I just think Duke's better. And then, yeah, Florida, like I said, I think they're the team to beat. I think Walter Clayton's amazing. Obviously, they've had a couple scares recently between Maryland, or not really Maryland, but UConn and last round where it's come down to the wire against Texas Tech, but they found a way to win. I think they were down 9 with 3 minutes left. Found a way to win that game, but should be great. And I think, I mean, who's not going to want to watch four one seeds battle it out for a spot in the national championship on Monday?
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned on previous shows, I mean, I don't follow college as closely as I do. I don't even watch the pros that much, but I did watch a lot of these games this past weekend. You know, Cooper Flag gets a lot of attention at Duke. Uh, Tell me a little bit. From what I understand, it's not just about Cooper Flag. I mean, they have a very talented team all around. I
It
honestly,
is.
I don't even know their coaches since Krzyzewski retired, but I assume it's somebody who's pretty decent.
Well, it's interesting. He used to be an assistant coach or assistant something under the Auburn coach, Bruce Pearl. So a little bit of a connection there, even though they're not playing each other. Just he started out at Auburn and now he's the Duke coach. Relatively young guy, just like the Florida coach. So should be interesting to see.
Yeah, and I think I read something that this is what the second time in the last 40 years that everybody who made it to the Final Four was the number one seed.
Yeah, I think '08 might have been the last year or something like that, where it was like, I think it was '08. I think it was '08 with like Memphis, maybe Kansas, Duke, something like that.
And it's absolutely amazing when you hear that statistic. I mean, just because, you know, when you have as many teams going into March Madness as you do, which whatever, what, 68 teams with the play in, you know, and the chances for upsets. I mean, obviously, in the age of NIL, it seems like guys are switching teams every year. I mean, I see guys already that are going into the transfer portal. It's tough to build continuity, but you know, any way you slice it, if you can get down to the Final Four coming out of this many teams after a long season, I mean, these are college kids. You know, they're not pro
Yep,
players.
they
It's
are college kids.
pretty impressive, pretty impressive. So these teams are going to head down to San Antonio, and we'll see what happens. But
And then
excitement, I mean, you got Major League Baseball is in full swing,
can
no
we
pun
talk
intended.
about the freaking Yankees, the torpedo bats they call it?
Well, that has been the topic du jour in Major League Baseball
It's crazy.
since the season opened. I mean, it is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that it's legal right now. I'm really interested to see if it's going to stay that way. I
It
know that it's
is. It
being done
is.
within the rules, but it's almost like
They're making little
the
league bats now. It's
no, I
crazy.
know, but it's like the tush push in NFL. That's legal too, but there is a push by coaches
But I think that's a
to get
safety
it.
hazard thing. This is within the rules, within the parameters. This
But why
is
is
a
that a
real thing.
safety hazard?
Well, that's the reason why they're trying to ban it.
No, I don't think that is.
100% the reason why they were trying to ban it.
It's not because they think that a team like Philly's
No,
taking advantage.
it's the injury because you're jamming your neck into the ground, and it's just like a rugby. It's a rugby thing. It's
But
dangerous.
who's gotten injured? I haven't seen anybody get injured.
Well, that's the argument right now. So
I didn't think that what it was. I thought it
that's
was that other
exactly
one.
what it came out today by the NFL.
That's interesting. I mean, maybe that's just a cover for the NFL to make it seem like it's an objective decision because the only team that really uses it is the Eagles. I mean, I saw the Bills use it a little bit, but hey, listen, we'll see what happens with that. But back to the torpedo bats, very interesting, especially considering you were somebody who played baseball for years. I remember the Mako bats were the rage
The Mako
because they,
Torque with the spinny handle.
yeah, well, that one was a little bit of a gimmick, but it was all about a bigger sweet spot. And I guess that's what they're trying to do with the torpedo bats. I mean, if they are legal and everybody starts to use them, I would assume the amount of home runs is going to go up. I mean, if it's doing it for the Yankees and players who aren't traditionally, prolific home run hitters, and it's having that much of an impact on them, I would assume there's going to be an increase in home runs with any player that starts using that bat.
Yep.
It still amazes me that Aaron Judge, is not using that bat. And
Yeah.
I think, you know, I mean, I don't think how many games have the Yankees played? 3 games?
They're on game 4 right now, and he has
They're on
four
game
home
four right
runs.
now. He has 4 home runs. I mean, obviously, he had that one game where he had 3 home runs. It's pretty amazing. And then, the question is there really like an adjustment period where pitchers adjust to it and players don't hit home runs with the same frequency? Or do you just think at the end of the day, because of the impact it has on the bat,
I just
it's
think making contact, it's not that it improves someone's swing, it's just you're able to barrel the ball up more. So I think the main person where it started was Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger in the past has had trouble barreling up the ball. And because of that, they took a little bit of mass from the end of the bat, a little bit of wood, and they just applied it towards the barrel. And now all of a sudden he's able to barrel up the ball a little more. He would hit the ball, but he would get jammed a lot. So instead of getting jammed, they took like the wood from both ends and moved it to the middle. And now
and you
he's hitting it, and then other people are using it.
and you don't see the baseball changing the rules related to
I
that, do
don't.
you?
I don't at all.
Interesting. Interesting.
And it's funny because if like everyone's saying like, oh, the Yankees are cheating, they're breaking the rules. If a team like the Rays did this, everyone would say it's the greatest thing ever. They're so smart. Like it's just funny, like the narrative when a team like the Yankees or if like the Astros did it. Well, I guess the Astros have cheated in the past, but it's just funny to me that like it's the Yankees, they're the first one to do it, and then
It's just
slander.
how it's all come about is just so interesting. How I remember I was reading about the guy who actually did the research to make it happen. But, you talk about like the Astros and the stuff that they've done in the past. And this was really stuff, whether it was like making sounds to tip off pitches or possibly wearing things under uniforms.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
don't.
with the Yankees just using the bat, they're not trying to hide anything. They must
Yeah,
be
I
pretty
don't think it
confident.
will. It's not like they're bending the rules either. They are just they're following them. They're not like
Right, right,
taking like
right.
it's just they have to be a certain width, ounce it, like everything, and they follow it. So I don't see why they can't use it. But that's enough for the Yankees. I mean, they're off to a hot start. The Dodgers are obviously off to a hot start. I'm just trying to think of some other players. I mean, the Mets start off. They just lost today. They're 2-3. Soto's been hitting the ball pretty well though, so Mets can't really be concerned about him. And then you got players like Ellie De La Cruz, who's probably one of the most fun players to watch in baseball. He had a game yesterday, I think, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, a steal, just absolute monster. Um, and yeah, just obviously it's early, no way to tell, but I think just the major headlines are the Yankees and Dodgers are back to their winning ways, and it'll be interesting to see who steps up on other teams. Oh, and Kyle Tucker also, who was traded from the Astros to the Cubs, has been a monster to start the year. But interesting to see where things go. Obviously, baseball is a long season, so I think
Yeah,
aside
I
from,
just see tonight that Jason Dominguez has his
oh
first
yeah, he
home
hit his
run.
first home run. Yeah,
Is that the first home run of his career or the first home run of the year?
I think the year.
Okay. So he is batting 273, which is start the season.
It's early, but yes, yes,
And my AirPods just went off, so I'm just going to be doing this on
it's all good.
speaker moving
I'm
forward. And
just
again,
looking
for
through some
those
of the
people
games
tuning
tonight.
in,
Oh,
this is the go-to guys, Jordan and Howie. Appreciate
yep.
everybody listening to the show. We've been doing some fun stuff on Instagram. Really appreciate everybody who's following on Instagram and liking our posts and stuff. We hope you enjoy our food reviews. We're just trying to make interesting content, folks. Um, Back on this, last night, WWE finishing up their international tour in London, another face to face with Cody Rhodes and John Cena, WrestleMania 2 weeks from this weekend. Really interesting seeing these guys go back and forth on the mic. I think people thought it was a little bit reserved the past 2 weeks. Maybe thought behind the scenes that powers that be in the WWE were trying to protect Cody from looking bad, being that
Yeah,
John
he
Cena.
held his own yesterday. I'll tell you that. I mean, I thought he did a great
It's
job.
interesting. It's interesting. I thought he did a good job. I think Cody's very bright. I think the fact that he sort of started the face off in the ring by not allowing Cena to start speaking first. Then Cody started by almost trying to point the finger at himself and his own weaknesses, maybe in the hopes of taking away Cena's leverage. I think in wrestling, the two best people of all time on the microphone are Cena and CM Punk. They're gold anytime you put a mic in their hands. I mean, we've seen Cena best The Rock. We've seen Cena best Roman Reigns, and then go up against
CM Punk
Cody.
does everyone.
No, CM Punk, it's just amazing. It's amazing. I really do credit it to the smartest guys are the ones that can think on their feet and make comments. And even last night, even though Cody tried to sort of get the upper hand and take away Cena's ability to retaliate on his weaknesses, Cena was still pretty good. I wouldn't say it was a
Yeah.
clear cut Cody win. I'd say worst case scenario, it
No.
was like
No.
a break even.
Yeah.
You know,
Agreed.
I mean,
I thought it was good though. It was fun to watch, and I'm excited. I think you said it's 2 weekends away, so I think is Cena going to be on Raw next week?
he's not announced for the two Raws between now and WrestleMania, and Cody did get the Crossroads at the end of the
Yeah, that's what I was
segment
thinking. Because
yesterday.
it's usually whoever gets the last beat down is usually, or whoever does like the main attack to the other person usually ends up losing. So I was gonna say if Cody's the last one to do the
You
crossroads,
would think
I
he's
think
going to lose
Cena.
the title. you,
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
it leads to other thinking a little bit. I mean, one, you could have videotapes of Cena appearing the next couple of weeks. I'm not going to show up there, Cody, and give the fans the satisfaction of
Yeah,
seeing us in person. It could be The Rock. I mean, there were rumors The Rock was going to be there in London on Monday.
yeah, yeah,
But it is going to be interesting to see how it plays out because, normally they like to send the fans home happy from WrestleMania, although Roman did beat Cody 2 years ago, so I can't necessarily say that.
I mean, I was happy about that.
No,
So
I know, but you have night one. We've talked a little bit about what they're billing as the greatest triple threat of all time. It certainly has arguably three of the top five stars in wrestling today matching up, and I think the big wild card in that is Paul Heyman, where he's going to end up.
yep,
I've shared with you, Jordan, where I think ultimately
yeah,
CM Punk's favor may be
Rollins.
that Heyman's going to be in his corner instead of Roman's, but then maybe Heyman's going to turn and side with Rollins. So you could have a scenario. I don't think they want to send the fans home unhappy both nights. So I mean, I guess that would mean Saturday night. It would mean Roman or Punk needs to win. Maybe Punk over Rollins. I guess we'll see. And then the comeback Sunday would be Cena beating Cody. They have a short
Yeah,
turnaround to Backlash on May 10th. Not to delve too much into wrestling, the match last night with Gunther and Jimmy Uso, I actually thought that was
Jesus
like
Christ.
sort of disturbing the way they did it. I mean, I guess the goal was to really
They needed to do it though,
they
but I
needed to do
agree.
something. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I feel like other than the Yeats, Jay is sort of I don't know if he's necessarily living up to the position he's been put in. I do think Sami Zayn's going to be back at WrestleMania. Is it possible he could cost Jay the match against Gunther?
Yeah,
Possible. Is
maybe.
it possible he could cost Randy Orton the match against Kevin Owens? I guess that's possible, but interesting to see.
Yeah.
Interesting to see. You know, circling back to college basketball, one of the things so interesting, aside from the transfer portal opening up, and I think Michigan actually got another guy today, unless it was like an April
Yeah,
Fool's,
we did. We did.
and people are praising Dusty
From North
May,
Carolina.
so
Yep.
that's great. But also the coach movement, you see the coach from Maryland going to Villanova.
Yeah.
It's just, I know it happens in the NFL and stuff like that. And I guess it could happen. The contracts are longer in the NBA and Major League Baseball, but college basketball, like I said, college sports just seems like a free for all now with players. I saw like a joke where they mentioned that freshman year a player went from one school to another school, then sophomore year he went back to the original school, then he went to the other school, and it again, it's tough to. I know people support their team, their college, whoever they're fans
Yep.
of, but the movement is just it's a little bit overwhelming. It really is tough to
Yep.
build loyalty. And I think it's starting to
Agreed.
turn off some of the old time coaches because you're spending half your time recruiting and then half your time coaching your team instead of just focusing on coaching your team and developing your players.
Yes.
So basketball inching closer to the playoffs. I mean, it's April 1st. I think the regular season ends in a couple weeks.
Yep. You
What are you
got,
thinking in terms of the top seeds in the NBA?
I mean, Thunder 10-game win streak. They're lighting it up. I think they're, what, 28-1 against the Eastern Conference.
Wow.
With the one loss being the Cavs without like Chet and someone else. Just insane. They're looking great. Then you got Cavs and Celtics. Cavs are probably going to lock up that one seed with the Celtics. 8-game win streak or 9-game win streak. They're hot right now. Knicks are getting back to full strength. I think we're all in agreement that it's probably going to be one of those three teams coming out of the East. Probably the Cavs or Celtics, though. And then in the West, I know the Thunder are great and everything, but I don't think the Rockets are the 2 seed right now. I think you can count them out as well as the Grizzlies. But I think any combination of the Thunder, Warriors, Lakers, and Nuggets can make it out of the West. I think the Thunder are clear cut favorites, but I think Lakers have LeBron and Doncic. Nuggets have Jokic, who's probably second best player in the NBA. He's done it before. And then the Warriors have been one of the hottest teams since the trade deadline, and they all have experience. They've all been to the finals. So I think the West is definitely going to be more interesting than the East in terms of matchups and where things go and who ends up in the finals. But I don't know. I don't want a boring finals. I mean, like the Thunder are great. It's just, do people really want to see Thunder Cavs? Like it's just, I don't know.
I I I don't know why people wouldn't. I mean, the Thunder are talented, but I know from your perspective, and I don't disagree that obviously if you have LeBron, Luca, and Austin Reeves, who's really sort of like the third guy there in the finals,
Yeah.
that's going to be much. I mean, Boston, LA would probably be very, very attractive. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think Celtics Denver would be good. I think yeah, LeBron Cleveland would be good. Obviously, the team names speak for themselves with LA and Cleveland, just because LeBron's been on both. But I guess we'll see. I think a lot of stuff can happen. I think right now Nuggets play the Warriors round one, but I think the Warriors are playing the Grizzlies tonight, and if the Warriors win, then they play the Lakers round one. Just a lot of stuff to look forward
and
to.
didn't they play the Lakers last year too?
2 years ago, 2 years ago,
That was two. I thought that they
yes,
played each other last year.
2 years ago.
Wow, wow. Yeah, no, and got the NFL draft coming up.
Yeah,
That's
it's like less
also.
than it's so crazy. Just everything's picking up. Spring games are picking up for college football, and next thing you know, games are going to start up for that. Just a lot of stuff to look forward to. But I think as everything's winding down, the main stuff is just NHL, NBA playoffs. Baseball getting into high gear, getting into that warm weather phase, and then the Final Four.
Plenty good stuff coming up. Plenty of good stuff coming up.
Yeah, I
So
think, and WrestleMania. Didn't even think about that.
yeah, I mean WrestleMania 2 weeks. That's like
Yep,
Easter weekend as well. So a lot of good stuff to look forward to.
I think
Any hot takes? Any hot takes?
hot takes in terms of like anything. I have a couple like quick hitters.
Yeah, or quick
Oh,
hitters. I
quick
mean,
hitters. Well, quick hitters. I think we don't talk about hockey enough. Alex Ovechkin, he just scored a goal tonight, 4 goals away from breaking the all-time scoring record set by Wayne Gretzky. Insane.
that's
Goals
very
record. I think goals
impressive.
record. That's crazy. I don't know if you want to speak on this, but in case you don't know what Underdog Sports is or Underdog Fantasy Sports, I think they just closed a series of or a Series C investment, and they're valued at $1.2 billion, which is pretty freaking crazy. I don't know. I'm assuming you saw that. I think you sent me an article
I
on it.
did. I did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very impressive because they've done it in such a short period of time, especially when you look at like in that space, it's what DraftKings and who are the other big daily gaming companies? DraftKings. What are
Oh,
the ones?
DraftKings, FanDuel, like
Hey, even
yeah,
Fanatics is in that space, even though they bought another
yeah,
company. I
now,
mean,
yeah,
for underdogs to come along, I mean, I think they've been creative. I know they signed Bill Belichick at one point to do a podcast. They've got some smart people. It
they
just
do.
goes to show. I mean, even in areas where it seems like the top people are firmly entrenched, there's always room for disruption.
Yep.
No question about it.
And then yeah, Final Four should be great. I'm really excited. I'm gonna be home for it. Going home Friday,
Well,
so
for
that should be
Saturday night,
fun.
that is. Saturday
Oh yeah,
night.
yeah. Saturday night Final Four, and then championships on Monday.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, good stuff keeps on coming. Masters around the corner. I think that's next
yeah,
weekend. Not this weekend, that's next weekend. But hey, we'll be talking about it next time we're on the show. But again, thanks everybody for tuning in.
yep,
The go-to guys. Keep checking out our videos, keep liking our posts, keep the funny comments coming. We've had some really funny comments on our posts by friends, family, all the followers and stuff. We try to keep mixing in guests, so it's not just Jordan and I, the ones who are trying to entertain you, and always looking to try to come up with new and entertaining content.
yep. Definitely. If you have any suggestions, you know where to find us on Instagram, the Go-To Guy Sports. But I think other than that, let's enjoy a great week of sports ahead, and we'll see you guys next time. I don't know, probably won't do the podcast Monday just because of the championship, so maybe Tuesday, but we'll see. We'll see who our champion is for March Madness. Maybe we'll do a podcast this weekend because we'll be in person. But
Now, let's definitely try. And
yeah,
everybody just remember, when you go into various food places that we're sponsoring, if you tell them you were sent by the go-to guys, you'll get nothing. And please tune in next time for another episode of The
the
Go-To
Go-To
Guys.
Guys. See you guys.
Bye.